All right, man. So back with a little video. Parents discover their daughter is a master killer. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, bro.
Babe, what did they tell you? Okay, choose lifeline here.
Yeah.
This is Natalie and John Shirella, the parents of Mackenzie Shirella. Just hours earlier, they were informed their daughter was involved in a devastating car accident.
Chantel. What's on my nose, bro? Chantel. I'm finna do my little video. You finna go? I'm finna start my video. Just let me know when you're on the bus. I love you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a dad. You feel me? Got a baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, though.
And that she was transported by helicopter to the nearest hospital. However, what they're about to hear from this officer would change the course of their and Mackenzie's life forever.
Okay. No. You want to sit down?
That got her right. Let me get serious. It's a little cold in here, y'all. Hold on. Recording in progress. In progress. God, you gotta let grandma know that you doing a video so she don't come here. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get back into it, my boys.
Progress now, meet a car to a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
Wait, whoa.
Progress now, meet a car to a building.
Whoa.
Progress now, meet a car to a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died?
Mackenzie's boyfriend, Dom Russo, as well as their friend Davion, were pronounced dead after the crash, making Mackenzie the suspect of a potential double murder. However, police had their doubts. Most assumed that this was simply the result of an innocent mistake on Mackenzie's behalf. But as the investigation would progress, dark and disturbing secrets would reveal this was clearly much more than just an accident.
Nah, if you do not open, you think I'm joking.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
Are you a Roblox fanatic? Microsoft Rewards has a brand new way for you to earn digital
Educational purposes, I'm not finna keep pausing it. Learn your girl before you get in a committed relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you can meet a crazy. You one crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can meet one of them, bro. This is all educational purposes. No more pausing. No more pausing.
17-year-old Mackenzie Shirella, her 20-year-old boyfriend Dominic.
Wait. I forgot my water. I forgot to give me some red drink.
and their friend Davion are on their way to a high school party with
Bag of mushrooms on her and a scale.
What happened?
convinced her to take Davion home.
Hold on.
But Dominic agreed. Additionally, when Davion asked
Hold on. Where we at?
out, within a few hours,
Where's we at?
just an accident.
Dom, if you do not open, like, you think I'm joking.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla, her 20-year-old boyfriend Dominic, and their friend Davion are on their way to a high school party. With Mackenzie's 18th birthday in just 2 days, the group has decided to go out and celebrate. But what seems like a normal night out will in a few hours turn into one of Ohio's most disturbing mysteries. At around 2 a.m., Mackenzie and Dominic are seen smoking at the party, and at one point, Mackenzie reportedly offers the host of the party psychedelic mushrooms. This was unlike Mackenzie, as her friends had never seen her use the substance before, let alone pass them around. At 3:30 a.m., the group leaves the party and drives to another friend's place across town. There, they hang out for a little over an hour watching South Park. By 5 a.m., Mackenzie decided it was time to go home. Strangely, she asked to drive instead of Dominic. This was unusual, but Dominic agreed. Additionally, when Davion asked for a ride, Mackenzie refused to let him in the car. After an argument, Dominic convinced her to take Davion home. All three of them would get in the car, sealing their own fate. At the intersection between Pearl and Progress Drive, CCTV spots the car making a turn off course from Davion's house. Instead of driving along Pearl Drive, the car turns onto Progress Drive, a road that ends abruptly with a brick wall. CCTV would spot the car rapidly start accelerating, going from a calm 30 to over 90 miles per hour. In the very last seconds, an intense turn would take place, leading the car to narrowly avoid slamming into a tree, but it would be too late, and the car would speed into the brick wall.
Dang.
The crashed car would remain undiscovered for 45 minutes, until 6:15 a.m., when a passerby on a motorcycle would discover the destroyed vehicle. About 10 minutes.
Bro. What type of... She was on weed and Eddie and shrooms, bro. She was tripping.
Later, law enforcement would arrive, and through their body cams, we can witness the horrific discovery they would make.
No one's breathing. Bust the window up. Alright. Who's in here? Hey! This is bad, guys. She's alive. We gotta get her out here. Alright. Let's see your knife. Let's cut this thing out.
6:30 in the morning.
You know anything? I don't feel pulse.
She's breathing. It's her stomach. Her stomach's cool.
Oh yeah.
We got two that are gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the worst I've ever seen. How old is Dominic Caruso? 17? 19? Rest in peace, buddy.
Dang.
Inside the car, officers quickly confirmed 2 victims as deceased, 20-year-old Dominic in the front passenger seat and 19-year-old Davion in the back. But one person has survived, the driver, Mackenzie Shirilla.
It's always the driver surviving. That is crazy, bro. Most accidents, bro, the driver is the one that survives. Why is that, bro? Why is that? Every time the accident, bro, it's always the driver that gets to survive.
As medics and firefighters rush to tend to the victims, investigators begin trying to understand how such a devastating crash could have happened. That's when they start uncovering alarming details.
It looks like they even went off the road up there. But I mean, if you're hitting a building that hard, I just can't believe all the people that work up here that are up here all night long, no one heard. Yeah, well, that's insane though. Once they get her out, I'll go over to this building because I think there's a camera on the front of that building. I don't know if it's working, but I can always ask.
As authorities work to save Mackenzie, the man who initially called 911 to report the incident arrives on the scene to give his side of the story.
Appreciate you giving us a call.
Someone in it, obviously.
Yeah. So
That's a bummer. I didn't want to get stuck and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
right, no, I appreciate you giving us a call. Absolutely appreciate it.
They fucking were hitting it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Because I saw that front end.
They definitely hit it hard. So.
Destroyed.
Right.
Alright, well, what a way to start your Sunday. I guess better than theirs. Huh?
Right.
Come on, bro. It's the stuff we say is, bro. This is a serious situation, and bro makes a joke out of it. How? Why?
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Officers would file the crash as an accident, stating that the driver appeared to have attempted to steer off course but was unable to regain control. Mackenzie was diagnosed with a condition known as POTS, which can cause dizziness and fainting, something officers believed may have contributed to the crash. The presumption was that a combination of Mackenzie's medical condition and drug use had likely led to the tragic crash. However, one detail worried officers. There were no signs of braking anywhere, and officers would soon begin to discover why.
I personally been told that she did voodoo on him.
She was scared that she was going to make him crash the day before the actual crash.
So I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was press the car to the wall.
As police continue gathering evidence from the crash site, one...
She do voodoo? That's what I'm saying. Why? Hey, educational. This is the only reason I do these. Be careful, bro.
Officer heads to the hospital to speak with Mackenzie's parents. At this point, all they know is that their daughter was in a serious accident.
Oh, God. Dave, what did they tell you? No, okay. She was life-flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay. No. You want to sit down? Progress on Alameda. Car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. I don't know whether, because one of them I don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know Jacob?
No, stop! Let him talk!
Guys, I don't know. I'm dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her. Okay? Your daughter's alive. Okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving. Okay?
Who's that? Jacob and who?
I think, what's the name you said? Might be.
Oh my God.
Stop!
What's his relation to you? Okay. Yeah, the Don was in the car.
Are you kidding?
It's right outside.
Boy, this got me getting chills. That's crazy, bro. She's crazy. She's crazy.
Going investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
Tom's dead? Tom's dead?
She shook. Nah, she shook. She must have had a close relationship with Dom, bro. Rest in peace, Dom, bro.
Is that what you're saying? Look at me. Is that not Tom's dead?
Can we say anything right now? This is a serious situation. What's it? No, I will. We're gonna keep that way for her. Okay, she's gonna work that out, okay? Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, we're ripping it out. Drugs in the car. In and out of consciousness.
Can I get your email address? I want to send you $1 gazillion of free stuff so you don't light your money on fire when you're trying to get customers.
Shroom got her thing. She do voodoo.
Took fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD.
Damn, bro. Look at that. It's crazy how she survived, though, bro. Like, Dom was in the back seat. He must have had no seatbelt on. Flew to the front. And that's crazy.
I know she has a severe leg injury. But like I said, she was speaking, and she had her seatbelt on.
Mackenzie was the only one in the car wearing a seatbelt, which...
I knew it, bro. Look how close up she is to the seat. I'm surprised her head ain't just... Like, what? Yeah, God.
Was why she was the sole survivor. If her intention had been suicide, it's unlikely she would have taken that precaution. This detail would later become important to the investigation.
Yeah, that would probably save her life. 100% saved her life.
She had a seatbelt on.
I don't believe the others did.
Mackenzie's parents would take the news relatively well, relieved their daughter had survived. But officers now faced a much harder task, telling Dominic's parents. Remember, at this point, they didn't even know their son had been in an accident, let alone that he had passed away.
Hi, Christine. Hey, can I talk to you real quick? There was an incident that we believe Dominic may be involved. What? Both Davion and Dominic are deceased. Oh, God!
Oh, my God. Ooh, that's sad, bro. What made, bro?
Take a seat. So,
Do you know what time it happened at?
no, we don't. Right now, what we do know 100% is somebody called it in, somebody passing by at around 6:15, 6:30.
Oh, good one. The car was just smashed somewhere?
Yeah, so what it appears that happened is they were going westbound on Progress from Pearl Road. They went,
Right here in Strongsville?
yeah, in Strongsville. That business that's right at on Alameda, right where Progress ends, that's dead ends right there. They hit that building. They hit the sign out front and then they hit the building.
Did they fall asleep at the wheel or something?
We don't know that. We don't know that.
So 2 kids are dead, my son's dead, another kid's dead, and the girl's in the hospital?
She's in surgery right now.
Oh my God, no, Chris.
Any family member or friend or anyone that you might want to call on your behalf?
No. This is a fucking nightmare. Did somebody call in at 6:30 in the morning?
Between 6:15
6:15, 6:30, yeah.
Came upon passing it by.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is fucking horrible. She was in her car?
It was in Mackenzie's car, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is she thinking you guys don't know?
Right now we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know. So.
Fucking nightmare.
3 weeks would pass, time that Mackenzie would spend in the hospital recovering. Her condition would improve significantly, eventually allowing her to leave and return to her normal life. The community mourned the tragic loss of Dominic and Davion.
Rest in peace, Dom and Davion, bro. Listen, let's learn. Seatbelt on, bro. Seatbelt on, bro. That must save your life, bro. It saved your life, bro. Put your seatbelt on, bro.
And expressed sympathy for Mackenzie, who had just gone through the trauma of losing both her boyfriend and a close friend. But soon, strange...
She's weird. She's weird. And everybody knows me from, not from popularity, but from my horrible reputation.
Strange things about Mackenzie would start to surface. In the weeks that followed, it seems Mackenzie thought everyone concluded the crash as a tragic accident and nothing further. Mackenzie would never attend Dominic or Davion's funerals. On social media, she would brag about her drug use, claiming she could, quote, do more drugs than anyone and still live. And then, on October 31st, 2022, Mackenzie would go to her first party since the crash, and her costume for the night would be a detailed corpse with fake.
Bro, she's crazy. She is crazy.
Blood smeared across her mouth. Mackenzie's parents even went public to defend her outfit, saying she, quote, deserved to have some fun after the accident. There also appeared to be a mysterious source of income. Mackenzie was spending thousands of undocumented dollars on designer clothing, and she wasn't hiding it either, openly bragging about it online. But lucky for Mackenzie, this strange behavior still wasn't enough for police to launch a full investigation. However, that would all change when Dominic's family came to the police with a video taken from Dominic's phone. A clip recorded just 10 days before the crash, one that would change everything. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about the best earbuds I've ever used. If you're like me, then you search and discover earbuds cancellation feature, their audio quality, playtime, listening how you want it. Description below. Gators uncovered. At this point, officers already had a growing list of suspicions about Mackenzie, but it would be one video submitted by Dominic's parents and filmed by Dominic himself just 10 days before the crash that would turn the entire case on its head.
Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking, you think I'm joking, like I said, you're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
This was a short snippet from a 15-minute video where Mackenzie clearly and continuously threatens Dominic. But this wasn't all. Dominic's family would show even more disturbing material, including text messages confirming she had threatened to kill Dominic. This was enough for officers to reopen the case, now investigating it as a planned double homicide.
At this point, this is a homicide investigation, and so we are trying to show that she intentionally drove the car to the wall.
Shortly after the investigation began, police would begin interviewing several of Mackenzie Chirella's friends, family members, and individuals from the community. This would prove to be very insightful. Officers would first bring Tyler, Mackenzie's former boyfriend, in. Unfortunately, his accounts would only serve to deepen.
She did voodoo on him. Bro, that shrooms, bro, them drugs get people involved into that spirit, bro. They just be, it's not even a spirit, they just be, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they be getting to the evil stuff, bro. They be tapped into that evil stuff, bro. Voodoo, like, manifesting evilness on people. Like, why? Because you heartbroken, you don't want him doing that.
Their concerns.
Like, why is kids raised? How do kids end up becoming like this? Like, where do the parents fail at for your daughter to be this freaking psychotic? You know what I'm saying?
Understand, you're not under arrest.
Yeah.
You walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 questions that we wanted to ask you. How long were you guys in a relationship?
Well, we were all friends in the friend group at first. I ended up dating her for a little bit, like probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably like a month and a half or like 2 months. And then me and Dom, she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't like anything official, so it wasn't a hard feelings like whatever happened. I just kind of was like, after me and Dom found out about that, we had no problems with each other or nothing, but they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off, because we were all still in the friend group and stuff, so, and then we kind of just like stopped being intimate, you know what I'm saying, we were just friends.
So, describe the relationship. What was she like as a girl?
Psychotic?
We really had much with her relationship-wise because we didn't date that long, but like friend-wise, like she's crazy, like
she's like mentally just not all there?
Yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like I personally feel like she's trying to kill herself in that crash and she failed on doing so.
Why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her, that she had like dragged a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she literally put a spell on him. But she would tell everyone. Like, she truly believed in that kind of stuff. And she also uses the pendulum, I know, to try to get answers. But she tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
She's crazy. Lock her up in the asylum. You know what I'm saying? Put her somewhere far away, bro. Keep her handcuffed. Or keep her chain cuffed up.
Do you think Mackenzie has it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose, do you think she has it in her?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive a car to the wall and not deal with it, you know, like I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she got insanely lucky, but at the same time not lucky to have survived that because like she killed 2 people. That was what she was trying to prove.
Bro, look at her picture, bro. Her face, like, I don't know if it's just me, but like when I can look in somebody's eyes and just see, you know what I'm saying? And her stuff is scary, bro.
But it's like,
I don't want to
I feel like that's what she was trying to do. Was
That's a scary picture right there.
Stop taking meeting notes and let Click of AI Note Taker do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings, not your notes. It captures everything.
By now, a far darker picture of Mackenzie's actions was beginning to take place. This is when 2 friends who had attended the party would come forward to police, claiming they had evidence that, in their view, proved the crash was no accident at all.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those 2 rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. She went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then.
Oh, hold on, I wasn't even looking. Bro got the Life 360 on her.
And then that's where she.
Hold on. Cause y'all probably was listening, but I wasn't, so we're going back.
That, in their view, proved the crash was no accident at all.
So this is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's when it hits the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on.
Gotcha.
Missed those 2 rocks and went right into the sign, the side of it. She went right into that wall.
Right.
No, so you can see like the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed was after the hard braking. Was 90 miles per hour.
It looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall. And it doesn't say she heartbroke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history that they were fighting, I think Davion were on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
While the statements were deeply concerning, investigators still didn't have enough concrete evidence to determine Mackenzie's intent. Without a documented pattern of behavior, it was still possible the crash had been a drug-induced accident. But that changed during an interview with Dominic's brother, who provided detectives with crucial information about Dominic and Mackenzie's turbulent relationship. The following video includes talk of self-harm. Viewer discretion is advised.
She mentioned that anytime Dom would kind of want to break up with her, she'd kind of go crazy. Describe crazy, like what kind of crazy?
Like there is times where she called Dom and said, if you break up with me, I'm going to word for word. There was an instance literally a couple days before the crash that she was hitting him on the highway while driving. He had to pull his car over on the side of the highway, not a very safe parking spot either, and have somebody else come pick them up and drive the car home because he was scared that she was going to crash. And that was just prior to the day before the actual crash.
Apparently, just days before the crash, Mackenzie had threatened Dominic's life, saying she would crash the car they were in. Dominic's brother continued the interview by giving officers a compelling motive for why the crash may have been intentional.
You're going 94 miles an hour, you don't have a very fast car to begin with, you were stomping that gas pretty much the whole entire time. There's no brake marks on the street at all. Even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick in and slam on the brakes. But to my knowledge, she went straight into it. Off of what I know, and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. It kept not like working out, whatever, they kept making back up. Kenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom. If she has to let go of Dom, she will not go on living herself. She's pretty much let that be known.
Mackenzie's actions after the crash were also of concern to police. On August 6th, only a week after the incident, police would be called to Mackenzie's house by her father. There, he would make concerning statements. While there is no footage of the incident, the officer that was called out would retell the strange incident in an interview.
Sergeant, I want to ask you first about August 6th, if you recall. That's the day you guys were dispatched to Mackenzie Sharilla's room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived at the room, she was upset with her dad. We asked the dad to step out. Like, they were trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am. At one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, because she's not, thinking clearly, and word for word what he said, I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical, he was pretty upset. She was upset with her dad because, she wanted me to go to the funerals.
During this interaction, it became clear that Mackenzie was deeply upset with her father. Despite creating a shrine for Dominic, regularly posting on his Facebook memorial page, and wearing his clothes, her father hadn't allowed her to attend Dominic's funeral. It appeared that Mackenzie was truly mourning his death. But around this time, police managed to gain access to her phone. What they uncovered didn't just explain her mysterious source of income, it also hinted at something far more disturbing. After decrypting Mackenzie's phone, investigators discovered several photos of her posing with large sums of cash, despite having no documented job or known source of legitimate income. They also found fake IDs, seemingly intended to help her pass as an adult. But most concerning was a Snapchat conversation dated July 22nd, 2022, in which Mackenzie quoted $1,000 for pictures and $2,500 for an in-person meeting to do, quote, any...
So she out here. Can we do thrills or what? 4 bands. You can have 4 straps of 6 LOL. You finger that for me, and when I'm done doing it, yeah, I'm down. You send $1,000, we can link. You want for $2,500? Get cash money in person. No, we can. I'll send you anything up front. So she out here, okay.
Anything you want. Taken together, the materials painted a deeply troubling picture. On top of this, her phone revealed numerous examples of reckless driving. Videos showed her speeding, smoking marijuana behind the wheel, recording Snapchats while distracted, crashing during a practice run and laughing about it, letting go of the steering wheel, and even bragging about driving recklessly. But in November, detectives would discover evidence far beyond any reasonable doubt. After analyzing Mackenzie's phone location data, investigators were able to retrace her movements in the days leading up to the crash. That's when they made a dark discovery. Just days before the incident, Mackenzie had driven down the exact same road 7 times, heading straight...
Bro, she is crazy. It gets worse and worse. It gets worse and worse, bro.
Towards the same brick wall. She had practiced the route. Officers believed they had gathered enough evidence to prove Mackenzie had planned the murders. On November 4th, 2022, more than 3 months after the incident, officers were dispatched to arrest 18-year-old Mackenzie Sharilla.
Kenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Mizzou. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder times 2. Okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet?
You got it.
You worry about your bracelet. Mackenzie, you worry about your bracelet and you just got away with murder for 3 months and you think you finna stay out and come back and get this bracelet. You's a goner. This is what you wanted to do. You did your big one. What are you crying for? Wipe that tear off your face. What are you... Hold on, wipe the other one off. What are you crying for? This was what you wanted. You gonna go to sleep, think about it? Ain't gonna lie. She have lots of links and meet and greets up in the female jail though. Free. No money. She might get free commissaries, huh? Yeah.
Recording.
What's your first name? Okay, Mackenzie, I'm gonna take your cuffs off and then all children and come off, okay?
You can't feel sorry for nobody that drove on the same road 7 times prior to doing what she did. Come on, man.
No, I need you to take it off. We're in jail right now.
She's hurt. She can't wear any of it. No, you're in jail for the rest of your life. You're a goner. The world be messing with y'all brains, bro. I don't know if it's the world or the internet. It might just be the internet, bro. Internet is poison for all y'all. Straight poison. You're getting poisoned. Looking at you right now, you're poisoned. Just stuff like this, bro. Watch your female. This is educational. I don't care if you don't like the videos. Watch it, because guess what? You might meet a girl just like this. And now she did you just like this. But not the same situation, not the same way, but she crazy though. Especially nowadays.
Mackenzie's parents would soon find out about her arrest and immediately drive to the police station and desperately confront the police. But it would all be too late.
I need to speak to my daughter because you guys aren't allowed to speak to her at all. That's from the Lord. All you guys did this on the weekend is just, well, you only just go, hey, there's a warrant for, we would have brought her right down here, you know, unbelievable. I mean, he's 18.
So the warrant was issued today, so
Well, you got a phone call, don't you? You had your creeper out there watching.
So, she can't take any, she's an adult, she can't take any phone calls right now.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter, so she understands further, not saying anything to you guys. I mean, we had to roll out the whole mess to pick up an 18-year-old girl who could hardly walk out of a hospital visit. It's just beyond.
So we follow the law, that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, am I gonna fill out?
For real, you mad because they doing what the law say. Y'all daughter deserve this, bro. Y'all need to go see what she did. Like, she deserves this, bro. 18, her life is over with. She just started having a life. And before she can have a life, it's gone. That's good, because she would have been terrorizing people.
Why didn't she get a phone call?
She was just brought in. They're going to process her as soon as they get the time for her to make a phone call. She will be able to make a phone call.
She's a lawyer. She doesn't know.
She is 18 years old and she can speak that.
Yeah, she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
There you go. She's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18. Who fault is that? You ain't even got her prepared enough for this type of situation. The police. Come on.
Phone call, she will be able to make a phone call.
She's a lawyer. She doesn't know.
She is 18 years old and she can speak that.
Yeah, she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18. And this guy's gonna take advantage of her. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her attorney can call.
Don't ask her any questions.
Imagine bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet Base
I'm
44,
not trying to jinx
a complete
myself. I
AI
got
creation.
daughters too, bro. So it's like.
Her parents don't want Mackenzie to talk and demand a lawyer is present. Mackenzie is going to need that lawyer.
Look, she's so cute. So cute.
As she's going to have to face the consequences of her actions in a court of law. She's tried as an adult and decides not to be tried by jury, leaving her fate to a judge. Despite the defense's claims that she lost consciousness, the evidence against her proves this claim was a lie, and the prosecution believes she crashed the car as an easy way out of the relationship. The judge agreed, and on August 14th, 2023, Mackenzie's fate was finally sealed.
This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. You can never forget the visual or audio of this exhibit.
She knows she's cooked. She knows she cooked. She's cooked. She's cooked.
It's chilling and tragic. As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching the oncoming deaths of two people, and there is nothing that can stop it. Exhibit 802 crystallizes the deadly decision-making of the defendant. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street.
Stupid. She's stupid. Look at her face. Look at her face. She thought she was going to never get caught. She thought she wasn't going to get caught or something. What is it? She's dumb.
The mission was death.
Look at her.
Mackenzie Long decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision.
She's shaking her head. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Why you ain't? The other boy had nothing to do with it. The other boy family, Davian family, I guess they didn't want to speak. He had nothing to do with that, bro.
Dominic and Davion, and she continuously asked him to manner to achieve her purpose. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo and leave her family. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving.
Bro, she's pushing out tears at this point. She can't even cry no more. These are fake tears. Like, she's not even crying. She's pushing out these tears. They were real at first, then they start like, okay, she like, you can't cry that long, bro. Ain't no way.
This was murder.
On August 14th, Mackenzie was found guilty on 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of possessing criminal tools. She's facing 15 years to life and is...
That's not long, bro. That ain't long. For what she did, that's not long. Hold on. Cause don't that mean she only got to do like what? 15? But she might get out early if she get a little good behavior or something. Let me see. So she can just do 15 and get right out, bro. That's not nothing. 18, 15, she could be like 30 something, bro. She still got lots of life left, bro. That's not bad.
Currently being held in the Ohio Reformatory for Women. Her first opportunity for parole will come in October of 2037.
That's long. I mean, that's not even... She got about 11 more years. That's not bad, bro. For what she did, and she might get all good behavior though. She probably not even there doing nothing. Anyway, bro, stay tuned next video, bro. You know what I'm saying? KT.